Hello, my name is Courtney Hagee, and I'm going to be doing my anatomy extra credit video over the muscles of the abdominal cavity. I'm only going to go over in detail about 5 of them, and I'll just name the rest of them at the end of the video that at least pass through the abdominal cavity. So to start with, we're going to do the external oblique muscle. It has fiber directions that run downwards, forwards, and medially. So you can think of it kind of like you're putting your hands in your pocket. So those fibers are going to go this way. It's the largest and most superficial muscle of the abdominal cavity, hence why it has such a large origin and insertion. It originates on the lower 8 ribs to insert on the iliac crest and the linea alba. And the linea alba is just a thick line of connective tissue that runs from the xiphoid process all the way down to the pubic symphysis. So it's running from here all the way down your abdominal cavity. Its actions include compression of the abdomen, so it's like you're sucking in like this, or flexing of the trunk, which is kind of like a crunch or a sit-up. It bends the trunk to the same side, and it also turns the anterior abdomen to the opposite side. It's innervated by T7 to T12 rami. Its blood supply includes the musculophrenic artery, superior and inferior epigastric arteries, as well as the lumbar arteries. The next muscle I want to talk about is the internal oblique muscle. Its fiber directions are upwards, forwards, and medially. So those would look something like this, kind of opposite of the external oblique. It originates on the iliac crest and the inguinal ligament to insert on the lower 3 ribs, the linea alba, and the pubic crest. It's got similar actions to the external oblique, minus one of them. So it also compresses and flexes the trunk, but the difference is that the internal oblique will bend and turn the trunk to the same side. So the external oblique was doing that to the opposite side. Internal oblique, same side. It's also innervated by T7 to T12 rami, but it also picks up L1 rami. Its blood supply is completely the same, so musculophrenic artery, superior and inferior epigastric arteries, and the lumbar arteries. The next muscle we're going to go over is the transversus abdominis muscle. It's got fibers that run horizontally. So it's going to look like this. It's the deepest muscle of the abdominal cavity, and it originates on the thoracolumbar fascia, the medial part of the iliac crest, the lateral part of the inguinal ligament, and costal cartilages of the ribs, lower ribs 7 through 12. It inserts on the linea alba and the pubic crest, and its actions include compression of the abdomen, and it also aids in stabilizing your lower spine. Its innervation is also T7 to T12 rami and L1 rami. Its blood supply is fairly similar, so it includes the musculophrenic artery, the lumbar arteries, but it only includes the superior epigastric artery. Now we're going to move on to the rectus abdominis muscle. Its fiber directions move vertically. It's kind of like a long strap muscle, and it originates on the pubic crest, pubic tubercle, and pubic symphysis to insert on costal cartilages of ribs 5 through 7 in the xiphoid process. It's split in 2 by the linea alba, so it's got a left and a right side right here. It's also known as your 6-pack, if you've heard of that. If you go to the gym and you work out, it's your 6-pack abs. Its actions are to compress the abdomen, flex the vertebral column, and to tense the abdomen. It's innervated by rami T7 to T12, and the blood supply is only superior and inferior epigastric. And the last muscle we're going to talk about is the pyramidalis muscle. It originates on the pubis symphysis to insert on the linea alba, and its action is to compress the linea alba. It's only innervated by T12 ramus, and its blood supply is the superior and inferior epigastric arteries. And some of the other muscles that simply pass through the abdominal cavity include the psoas major, the psoas minor, quadratus lumborum, and the iliacus. So that concludes my extra credit video for anatomy. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you.